He wants her to be shamed. Do it.
Shame.
You lie for your resume. You lied that you graduated.
Who?
People.
People who lie about stuff like that, you lame. You lame as
You want to go to Colombia, Amanda? Yep. You should. I think you would enjoy it.
I do want to see them women on that horse, though.
I wanted to go on a solo vacation there.
You what?
For my birthday.
You said, wait, what?
A solo trip?
What do you want to go to a solo trip to Colombia for?
Abduction.
What?
To get abducted.
So,
yeah. You know that it's not like there's no resorts in Colombia. You know that, right?
Yeah, people kept trying to scare me out of it. So
I'm not saying scare you, but like.
Or tell you the truth.
Definitely, like, you'll be all right to a certain extent.
Oh, and I saw this.
What's that?
So this episode, I was looking at you, trying to get your attention, and like you would go.
Every time I did catch you looking at me, I was like, what?
Yeah, because you were like this. You were like.
I've never not been able to hold it. For some reason that day, I could not.
And at one point, she was talking, and he was like. It's like, she ain't hear what you said, lady.
No, that was hilarious because I just knew that was going to come off on camera. We really should have just took a break, for real.
Why? So you could wake up, so you can get a
so you can
get a coffee.
No, like honestly, if I was just able to close my eyes for like 2 minutes straight, I would have been fine.
Marie, you didn't see her on camera? Like, if you look at the clip, she's like, you have cappuccino for Amanda. What do you call what is the little ones? Cappuccino, right?
Espresso.
Is cappuccino and espresso the same thing?
I think you can put espresso in things, right?
Everything at Starbucks comes with a shot of espresso.
No, it does not. It's mad funny.
Easily debunked.
She's like, that is not true.
I walk around like that telling people facts, and they be like, no, it does not.
False facts.
You know there's another trial going on about women that did the things that Diddy's doing, and worse. They did it already, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's women in this country or a different country?
In New York.
In New York?
I'll tell you right now.
Huh. They ain't talk about that though.
No.
I was really anti-Diddy in this whole situation, but I really hope he beats his case. I mean, I'd hope.
You look very colorful.
Do I know it's different? Yeah, we got a studio now. That studio is for I guess it's for sound, right? Oh, look at you.
Looking like facts.
You know what you look like? You look like
looking like Ski Wee.
You could be like a kid's hero, maybe.
Hey, you said a kid's hero?
Like, my daughter would watch somebody with these colors. It's not bad.
Oh,
yeah,
of course not.
You was talking to my friends about her glasses. Why I got in my car the next day.
She left her glasses?
The glasses is on the ground of the driver's seat. I was literally about to step on them. How exactly?
She said she needed those glasses.
I said, bitch, how? Like, did you not even realize that you didn't have them?
Were y'all wasted or something?
Yes.
Oh, that's why.
Girl, the Douce was flowing in that place.
And I know you love Douce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sponsored that night.
Shiny before.
It's hot in here.
See? He's gonna pull that shit.
It is hot in here.
That's why.
Yeah, y'all know it's hot.
Yo, that's crazy.
Hey, y'all got the fucking doors open like it's 70 degrees outside. Yeah, it's hot. I'm just gonna have to give me a fan.
Nuts.
It's really not chilly.
Who said it was chilly outside?
I was hot.
Right.
But I never knew that was there. It's not hidden or anything.
Yeah, it's
just,
hit me in my
I never
neck
knew it
right
was
now.
there.
It's fine.
Huh?
It's fine. That's why I didn't wear shorts though.
No, is it?
Yeah, it's right on me.
No, it's fine. No, you ain't gotta close it. Look, I got all these jackets I need to wear. So
Right. You always coming up in here with a jacket about something. It's hot.
Feels like summer. You got a brooch too?
you see it?
Okay.
Did your daughter get to kindergarten yet?
She just turned 4.
So what is
I
that?
don't know the
pre-K
ages.
or-
Is that pre-K? 3K? No, 4. Never mind.
It's pre-K after daycare.
No, they got
They got-
pre-K 3.
They got 3K now. You heard that?
3-year-olds.
Anyway, child. Just imagine being at your little kid's graduation. And I only said that because your kid is little.
Yeah.
You know, but okay, let's just say you have a a middle schooler and they're going from like 8th to 9th. So I don't know, do
That
y'all
I
do 8th grade
understand.
graduation?
I understand that.
Okay, so like 8th grade graduation, it's a thing. Like imagine going to your kid's graduation and them ice boys outside ready to pick you up.
For me? I'm like, I was born here.
Rome.
Ironically, some of them have been born here. They just getting snatched up and put in vans. But you know what I don't understand? Why is there no like continuity in their like uniform? You got like niggas rolling up with like skinny jeans and like a vest on that say police and a face mask. And they not pulling out a badge to identify themselves or anything. Like why isn't there like an ICE uniform? To at least let people know like, hey, I am a federal agent, just like all other federal agents, DEA, FBI, CIA, attorney, like you have state attorney, not state attorney.
Attorney General.
Attorneys General. Yeah. Well, assistant attorneys general, but yeah.
What you said they be wearing?
Like I saw a dude with jeggings on. He had jeggings and a vest that said police and a face mask.
I know. That's funny. I know what nationality he was. Yeah, jeggings. And he was picked. I know.
I don't know. I don't know what he was.
There's only one of the people that wear jeggings.
Ooh. I actually don't know.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying.
I don't know either.
Like, why? It's so weird that there's not like a level of continuity to these people so that when they approach you, you're like, oh, okay, you're actually a federal agent. Let me prepare for whatever is coming versus like some nigga running up on you with a face mask on. You know, I don't think they started no ICE raids in Houston, but I feel like it's gonna look a little different. I really do. I feel like it's gonna look a little different when it comes to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin.
So can regular police be ICE, or it has to be a whole different department? Could that be why? Can like a police person who's part of whatever they do have like an ICE?
I think it depends on what you're doing. So if you're part of local law enforcement and you're on duty as local law enforcement, then you're gonna look like whatever the outfit that they wear for local law enforcement. So if you're like APD, which is like Austin Police Department, you're gonna have the APD outfit on.
No, but I'm saying, can they pick people from local, or it has to be federal agents?
I think that depends. But if they are federal agents, what I'm saying is that there should be some sort of continuity in how they look, because if someone comes and like they try to serve you a warrant at your house, right? And let's just say it's DPD, Dallas Police Department. They gonna have their little Dallas outfit on. You know what I mean? There's not really gonna be a question as to whether they're actually Dallas Police Department. But if somebody run up on you with some jeggings and a vest that just say police or just say ICE, you know, like how do you even know that? And they're covering their face.
And they could have got that from Amazon.
Right. How do you even know that these people are
Official?
Yeah. That's like the weirdest thing about it.
I actually saw this Law and Order episode. They were literally pretending to be ICE agents.
I could go be an ICE agent.
No, honestly, they were pretending, and they were taking people and then they were cutting them up and selling their organs.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
That's a Law and Order episode.
Protesters have taken over Los Angeles, with at least 56 people arrested this weekend as they rallied against Donald Trump's nationwide immigration raids. Authorities declared downtown LA an unlawful assembly area and ordered anyone in the vicinity to leave immediately as they deployed rubber bullets and tear gas on demonstrators. Rioters have set driverless Waymo cars on fire, looted stores, and created blockades on the 101 freeway. Trump ordered in 2,000 National Guard troops, placed 500 Marines on standby, and called for the arrest of anyone wearing face masks. The conflict has sparked a war of words between Trump and California Governor Gavin Newsom, who accused the president of intentionally inflaming tensions. Trump hit back with a social media post on Sunday demanding both Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass to apologize for the riots, with his border czar Tom Homan threatening Newsom and Bass with arrests. Newsom responded by simply saying, "Tom, arrest me. Let's go."
He said, "What's up, bitch?" That's actually funny. I don't know. Like, if this is not a prime time for Gavin Newsom to shine, child, I don't know what is. Like, this is, and he's good looking, and he is well spoken, and he has a track record in California. Like,
This world of politics is so crazy right now in this day and age.
And imagine there are people out there that saying, "Oh, I don't pay attention to politics."
Like, it's actually pretty crazy that this is how they move. Like, this is a news report saying that Donald Trump put out a social media post. What?
That's the age we're in, though. Like that's where we are.
Actually, don't. I think this is very much an aberration. And I don't disagree with you that that's where we are, but I just think that's where we are in this moment in time. I don't think that is had we had someone else as president, I don't think that
wouldn't have
that would be the case.
Because he definitely communicates that way, but when they're even talking about anyone else, like we're seeing them do conferences or they'll make a statement, like a video statement, whatever. This man is getting on the internet and making a tweet.
He's a reality star.
And Twitter beefing with Elon Musk.
Yeah,
I'm ready for Elon to drop the bomb.
That's what I mean. He's not.
I want Elon to drop the bomb.
He's a reality star, so everything he does moves in that fashion. So anything he does shouldn't really be a surprise when it's not along the lines of like politics.
That makes sense.
So I don't think there's, how much more do you think he can do where you could be like, oh, I'm surprised? Like, I don't think he can do much more.
Oh, I don't think, well, I don't know. Or is any,
I'm not really,
surprised.
it's just crazy. I guess not surprising.
I don't know.
For
like
him.
Y'all, America is so ghetto. I used to always like see these other countries having like certain issues. And I'm like, how do these things happen? Now we see. Funny. Good thing black people know how to survive, child. That's all I got to say.
Oh, this is the guy, he always does the...
I love Gary Chambers.
Based off of stats, right?
So I made a post and I was talking about the demand that's been placed on black people, and it's creating a lot of frenzy. So I want to show some numbers because I'm a data man, all right? In God we trust, everybody else bring data. By race, okay? Latino men, 54% voted for Donald Trump in this exit poll. Latino women, 39% voted for Donald Trump in this exit poll, all right? By race, okay? By age and race, Latinos 18 to 29, 45% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 30 to 44, 45% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 45 to 64, 51% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 65 plus, 41% voted for Donald Trump. Let's talk about why that matters. Privilege always expects more than it gives, okay? Privilege always expects more than it gives. I am saying in these statements about my Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Asian brothers and sisters, that to demand that black people be in the streets when the majority of us, by race, 18 to 29, black people, 83%, 30 to 44, 83%, 45 to 64, 84%, 65 plus, 93% is the way that black people voted. Okay, so when we're talking about why black people are not putting their bodies on the line, not whether or not we oppose Trump, it is clear by the numbers that black people in America overwhelmingly, I don't care what the 20% or the folks that they have as talking heads that they promote over the majority of black men in America, the majority of black people have shown repeatedly that we oppose Donald Trump and his plans before the election and everything he is doing since the election. Black people oppose.
Donald Trump.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah, go ahead and show it, Alan. Hallen.
Everybody racist in my book.
Oh, before the nigga stuff, right?
Nigga. How do you all feel about other non-white racial groups asking, well, where the black people at? Or demanding that black people like stand up and like help them during this time when at a very minimum, they did not stand up to protect themselves with the result of the election.
It isn't shocking, and I don't want to say that I feel nothing.
You should.
I don't want to say that it won't be like 100% true. Like while the race was going on, it was an overwhelming amount of Hispanics supporting Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
And I feel like during the election too,
Vote Donald Trump.
like, it was very confusing because it's just like, wait, do you guys understand like what he's about? Like, do we understand the immigration laws that he wants to get passed? It really didn't make sense. And now that we actually see this happening, because there is a chance that, a president can want something or, push to have some laws passed, and maybe they happen, maybe they don't. But like, as we are actually seeing it happen in real time, what can we do about it? Like us Black people.
Well, I think they're looking at Black people, and I'll specifically say American Black people, and they probably just lump everybody together as being that. But they're looking at Black people because that group of people has typically stood up and like been a part of movements that have effectively helped everybody. Meaning, first and foremost, every non-white male who has any civil right in this country, that's because of the movement that Black people created, because civil rights literally gave everybody who has come here after Black people, it gave them rights to fucking be here, to not be discriminated against, to have opportunities to jobs and school and this, that, and the other, housing, medical care, everything. So I think that they're looking for Black people to step up because that's what they've previously done. But I think now Black people are just like, we did our part.
Yeah, that I definitely get, but it's like everything can't be on us. Like we can't also like push like Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Like be careful who you vote for. Like vote blue or, doing whatever as a precaution so that things like this don't happen. And then when they do happen, it's just like, okay, Black people, come on. Like we need you. Like,
but I think that's what Gary Chambers is saying. It's like, which I want us to do. We try to like, when you try to like prepare, what is it called? Like you try to do something so that something doesn't happen, so that the bad shit don't happen.
Prevention.
Yeah, we try to prevent certain things, and people was on other time, and here we are.
And people were on other time, and they also didn't like the other candidate. So I'm not making an excuse for them.
No, that's not what I'm.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But why didn't they like the other candidate? Because it was definitely going to be a stark difference between what's happening now and what would have happened with a different candidate. Like whether you like somebody or not. Like, I mean,
you vote as
I don't particularly like the new mayor of Houston, but if he say he's gonna start pushing permits through faster, which he has, then I'm gonna support him. You know what I mean? End of the day, we're adults. We have to make a million decisions every single day. And it seems like they made a decision to vote against their own interests.
Can you vote if you're an illegal immigrant?
No.
So I just don't know how much of this percentage of this data is actually in favor of those who are actually being deported.
No, there are people who are born here who've actually been picked up. And not even that. This is the weird part. Like if you got an auntie, you got cousins, you got this, that, and the other, and they're not legal, and you still voted for someone that could potentially do this to them, like that's the weird part. I mean, and the thing is that some people are okay with that.
It's every man for themselves. So at the end of the day, if you voted for, this data does not necessarily dictate what that group of people are saying. It just shows that group of people who are legal did not vote for the benefit of those who weren't legal. That's what this data shows. I don't know how many of these people are actually against, that actually voted for Trump, that are against this ICE crisis or whatever it's being labeled as. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. I don't even know the actual numerics. I don't think we can, right? So I just don't see a direct correlation. I see a possible reach, a reasonable reach, but I don't see a direct correlation for those who did vote for Trump and in comparison to those who are actually being deported by Trump or by ICE, I should say.
If they start picking up y'all people, I don't know. I was born here.
And I also don't know how many.
So was my mama, my daddy, my grandparents.
I don't know how many of them are actually saying, black people step in or African Americans step in. I was told this ain't my fight by somebody who was of some type of Latin ethnicity and said, this ain't your fight. You had yours, let us have ours. And I was told that in the comments on public social media. So I don't know how many of them are expecting us to step in. I don't. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying I don't know what those numbers look like.
Rico, how much political based content do you read, listen to, engage in on a daily basis?
Whatever is on my feed. So if at that moment in time it's a lot, it's a lot. If at
on
that
average, like you have to know what it is on average.
It would depend on the time frame because it fluctuates for sure. It depends on my interests. I have interests that go left, sometimes go right. During the election, I was getting content from politics.
I don't want all of this.
Time,
I'm asking you, what's the average?
I don't know.
Like, damn.
There is no average. There's no average.
Oh, gee, sometimes.
So, again, it fluctuates.
The reason why I'm asking that is because you're like, oh, well, I haven't seen. Just because you haven't seen it, don't mean it don't exist.
I didn't say that.
You literally just said I haven't seen
I didn't know. I didn't say it doesn't exist.
No, what I'm saying is because just because you haven't seen something doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
And I'm also saying that it doesn't mean that it's the only thing that's happening, only thing that is actually being brought to the surface. There's a whole opposite side of the spectrum that does exist, because that's the side that I'm seeing.
Such as?
I already said it. We can go back in the tape and review there.
All I'm saying is, black people, enjoy your wrist.
And the people that are asking black people to stand with them, or these are people that were aligned with us during the Black Lives Movement? Is that why they're asking us, or are they actually allies?
So what I have seen is that some of them are making that statement based on that.
Okay, because that's the only thing I can imagine.
No, what I actually imagine is that they know that the numbers of black people against Donald Trump is obviously a lot. So it's like, all right, well, now that we're against Donald Trump and we have this fight, it only makes sense to bring the black people in because
to make us allies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, we did our part. It's like, why would we go any further? Like y'all people, you and your people, that's what y'all voted for.
I do enjoy the daily chuckle of the man who voted for Donald Trump and then their wives get deported. That's pretty funny.
Why?
I think it's hilarious.
Maybe that's what they wanted.
If they were like, if Donald Trump was like, we finna deport all the Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, as soon as I'm elected, there's no way I will vote for this nigga. Because there are people in my life who are important to me who are Jamaican, Haitian, and Dominican. Some who don't have citizenship. They might just be here on a green card or a work permit or a visitor's permit or something. Like, why would I vote for them to be deported? It makes zero sense. I mean, if they was getting rid of Trinidad, if he said, I'm gonna get rid of Trinidadians, would you vote for the nigga?
Of course not. Not me. I mean, my mom, she's a citizen now, but
at some point,
of course I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't do that.
Because you know people who are not citizens and they're here.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So I feel like the fact that they made a conscious decision to say, I'm okay with my cousin and them getting kicked out. I mean, I guess now you have to deal with the consequences of that.
But we got to understand that
I'm not understanding
a lot of these
shit.
people even leave their own kids behind and come to this country. right? They leave their whole families behind and come to this country. So to expect them to vote once they do get a citizenship against or vote for their family to not get kicked out, which obviously they've shown sometimes the ability to live without them for X amount of time. Some of them their entire lives. So it's not a shocker for the ones who are legally here, legal citizens here, and voting for Donald Trump. It's already been shown. They don't care enough because they never go, I don't say they never, but a lot of them don't go back and get their family members. Some of them leave their children, their wives, their husbands. They leave their mothers, their fathers. They leave them in that country. They come here and live a whole life without them and go back to visit and come back, right? So it's not a shocker to see that there's division. It's not a shocker to see that they did not aid the ones who aren't living here because they didn't aid when they left those people to come here.
True, but a lot of people leave their family to come here to get money to support their family there, or to come here to make enough money to sponsor somebody. Like literally my husband's entire family. One of them got over here, she made some money, brought the next one. That one made some money, brought the next one. It's like 15 of them.
That's how mom
literally
came.
15 of them. That's how, and then after they made the company, they kept bringing people over. They kept sponsoring people to bring people over. Like, even like one of the main contractors for the company, he's Chinese. Literally known family last 30 years. They made him a millionaire, literally. Like he's been doing business that long with the company. And all they do, they get somebody, they bring them over. That person, now it's like to pay back. Instead of paying back the original person, it's like their responsibility to like sponsor the next person. It just goes on and on and on. So like, I don't really, and again, I'm not an immigrant. My mama, daddy, grandparents, everybody been here for generations, right? So, and y'all could probably speak more to that because y'all's parents are from somewhere else, right? But, and everybody else in the room, I guess. But I don't think that people leave their home country to come here to just leave their people behind. I think they come here to get money, to send back, or to sponsor, or to get their people here so that they can overall have a better life. Maybe that's what your family may have done, but that's not what I've seen as far as like immigrant people coming here. They're not just trying to leave their people behind. If they leave their kids, yeah, they left them for like 10 years so that they could make a life here and bring them over. I mean, somebody please correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're talking about like a morally sound decision as opposed to what he's talking about is like, I'm over here now.
No, I'm saying what I've seen.
I'm saying, yeah, but those people that have done that are
much more than what
different
you've
morals.
Oh, see, I don't know those kind of people. I've literally, for the most part, everybody that I deal with since I've lived in New York is an immigrant. Like all the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, the South Americans, or whatever, like, I don't know anyone who just came here and was like, fuck them niggas back home. I don't know anybody who did that. Do you know somebody that did that?
I don't know.
Whether he was saying, regardless of what he was saying, I just still couldn't see myself voting for someone who said, all your friends, family, everybody, like, them niggas gone. Pack it up right now. Matter of fact, start packing your suitcase now, because come January inauguration, I'm signing a order, and them niggas finna be gone. I just can't imagine like doing that. And maybe it's because where I've been raised, like I've always been around Mexican people. I've always been around like Guatemalans, like people from Central America and Mexico. And then when I got here, all the black people is from somewhere else. They're all immigrants. So it's like, I just couldn't see myself doing that.
So how did he get caught? Do we know the details?
That's
She
a
was
good
pregnant
question.
and then she wasn't. This has been on the not. They didn't charge the last person with capital murder, but it's happened a bunch of times in the news.
Because technically, it's not a actual person by definition.
And that's what makes it problematic.
I know. Well, does he have do we want him to have a good defense lawyer or,
You tell us. Do you want him to?
kinda? He shouldn't be charged for murder. He should be charged with something. Get in trouble somehow, but not murder.
They should make him eat abortion pills.
Oh yeah. See what happens.
What would happen?
Yeah.
I will never know.
Maybe you will.
Never.
Yeah. Make him eat like 10 of them and see what happens. That's a good idea. We don't know.
I was about to
You need him to eat them first.
You don't hear us over here saying what will happen, what will happen.
Yeah. I ain't no doctor, so I don't know.
You'd have to see the ingredients of it for us to know what happened to a man.
Maybe like bad diarrhea.
We're just like cramping really bad.
Or we could turn into superheroes.
Imagine.
Men don't even know what it is to cramp really bad. Maybe that'll do it to
I
them.
mean, cramp with our ovaries or cramps like from sports?
No, it's like when everything, like right here, everything hurts.
Mm.
Like, I mean, like on the floor.
You will literally have to lay on the floor.
On the floor, like crying, dying. Yeah.
No heating pad for you.
Yeah.
They have that cramp thing that they do for like.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't even think that's
I've seen that
close.
on TV.
But I've seen it too, yeah. I don't think that's even close to like what really happened. Probably, it's a good idea.
This is not a mugshot. I thought it was a mugshot.
He's smiling with his
I was
arms
about to
crossed.
say,
Yeah, some people smile in a mugshot. So.
Not with your arms crossed.
Myron Gaines just got his first real girlfriend at 35. He doesn't want to get married, and he thinks living with your wife makes you weak. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Brian Atlas hosts a dating podcast but is chronically single. He doesn't want to get married, and he has limited dating experience. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Andrew Tate. He's never been married. He's probably going to prison. He thinks love is a weakness, and he's probably going to prison. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Andrew Wilson. Always angry and sweaty. He hates single moms, but he married a single mom, and he can't open jars. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? If these red pill dealers aren't actually helping you date, why do you keep going back? Seriously, kick the habit. I'm Raphael. I post content about what women actually want, and if you're trying to date, that might be a better place to start. I've had a great dating life. I'm happily married now in Southern California with my wife and our 2 dogs. I've lived all over the US and Europe, and I promise you, I know more about healthy, happy relationships than those clowns that are grifting on your outrage. If you're tired of the anger, you just want real connection, let's talk.
I like it. I like the music.
Why do people white though?
I mean, he not
Say
black.
what?
I don't-
He could have did like 2 couples.
he could have did a little interracial.
No,
No,
just
sorry.
two different couples.
I was making a good point.
He has a good point. Like, why? So the one thing I think that he didn't mention is that maybe some of the guys that follow these other red pill guys or podcasts or whatever, perhaps they're not looking for love and marriage. They want somewhere to like share their outrage with other people. Like they have the same disdain for women and they want to like commune with the same type of people. I don't think that they're looking for somebody to give them dating advice.
If you can follow a man that only talks bad about women and then adopt his ideology and then make it a part of your life and walk around as if those are your words and those are your thoughts, you probably like men.
You're looking for like male acceptance?
No, because I mean, like, you don't have a mind of your own to begin with. So if he can steer you that way, then like maybe you're questioning your sexuality and like you just don't like women. So like you want to side with men, you want to form this like community with a man who's telling you what to do and be led by somebody because maybe like a woman is too strong for you to be led by. That's just my opinion. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I don't see men following, like sitting down on the couch or wherever y'all watch TV or whatever this stuff is on and like just being like, oh yeah, I'm never going to do this with a woman and I hate love. And that's just crazy. Like
It is. It's very
it
weird.
don't make no sense. Go outside, read a book.
The messages weren't so much against women. I would have no problem with men following another man's message. You know, if it were more positivity in the podcast. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like-
following somebody for a message, that's not your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can listen to what somebody is doing and you can say, oh, that's a great idea. But until you get out there and either A, try it yourself, or you have some type of confidence and live your own life, then like those are just his thoughts. So why
True,
are
but
you
people
adopting
with
that?
platforms do create influence.
Okay.
That
But they got these people are following them.
Because they create.
because they create influence. They need people to watch them, and there are people that are going to, you know, agree with their ideology. If you don't,
More
then
than
just-
won't. How about we look at the reality? The
Right,
reality is none of them were famous prior to.
right.
Right.
People only know them because they have a platform.
Hmm.
And
Let's go back. The reality is none of them were famous prior to, which means they've
That part.
obtained a large following because a lot of people are in alignment with them. Let that sink in for a second.
you know that part.
Okay, so now peel the layers back. Understand what that is actually telling you. This man is looking for a cult or a following or a group of people that he can lead. I know the answers. I have a happy wife or a happy life with my happy wife and my fucking dog. Right? Everybody is looking for people to look at them as a savior. The truth is, the ones who have the biggest following are not transforming men. They're just simply in alignment with what they already believe. But whoever has that limelight, that throne, is the one who is open or vocal enough or brave enough or courageous enough to speak what they fucking think. All of these other men, it's not like we're taking somebody from the industry and said, okay, he turned into a podcast, he's did 25 movies, or he's a big time businessman. No, these are people that are coming from the ground up to some capacity when we're talking about social media, which means that the millions, I didn't say 1,000, I said millions of people already thought what they thought. Millions of people already agreed with what they were saying before they even said it. So are we ignoring the reality? I don't believe that they qualified to carry the throne because they don't have the experience. That I will say. I would not take advice from somebody who has never done it. I could admire the fact that you're trying to preach something that might be in alignment, but you've never done it. You don't have success doing it. But the truth is, millions of people are following these people because they already think like them. Not because they were transformed to them, not because they were bribed to them. They've got zero incentives. Zero. So what I think is the reality is we should start accepting the truth. That's all.
I feel like that's not everyone though.
That's not everyone. I didn't say everyone.
No, yeah, but most people could have already thought like them, but they probably are turning other people. They're probably people that are just simple-minded and, oh, this podcast is popular and, oh, all my homeboys watch them. So I've been watching them and now I'm coming up with the same idea. Like I'm morphing.
Easily led.
So most people are. What are we talking about? The difference is this. I sat on 8 at the table and I am the grandfather of most of these niggas that you just listed. I sat here for 3 years straight and watched everybody come up to me in every single place. And I'm not talking about 1, 2. I'm talking about flocks and groups of people, famous people, credible people, people who are in all different types of avenues tell me I was the one speaking what they wish that they could. So this wasn't me doing this to try to turn anybody over in 2018. This was me because this is what I actually did. This is what I actually seen. This is what I actually lived. And you know what happened? It birthed the other ones. Cool. But what I'm understanding is people already felt like this. But in a time where it's a lot of hypersensitivity and you can't really say what you want to say because they fear getting canceled or losing their page, or there's repercussions because of other agendas that are being pushed. I know they felt like that because I live it on a daily. I still live it to this day.
Yeah, but he's talking
Yeah,
about
but
the
that's
people.
an example of a man doing something just because he heard it on a podcast, and that's not how he truly feels. But
What
it's
I
like-
said, and I'll say this again, people came up to me saying that I was saying what they wish they could. All I'm saying is, I don't care about, although I do believe there should be somebody who did what the fuck that they say that they're doing, or what they say you should do. What I'm saying is that the reality is these people weren't turning people over, just like they weren't turned over. No diddy. These people are already living with those ideologies on a day-to-day basis.
I don't think all of them are, though.
I didn't say all. I said those millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people. I didn't say everybody. Nothing is everybody. But I would argue that they have more people that are following them in the worldwide spectrum or worldwide perspective than the opposite side. I would definitely 1,000% argue that. There's no misleading in having a personal preference when it comes down to, we're not saying lose your morals. Nobody's ever said that. Sexy Red and it is nowhere near a comparison of somebody who's saying, listen, I want my wife to cook and clean and not work. We're talking about comparison between one extreme versus the other. One is not compromising their morals. I'm not compromising my morals. I'm not telling you to compromise your morals. If anything, I'm bigging you up and trying to tell you what you really should look at yourself as. Now, whether or not you're able to gain the proven concept and the accolades and the credibility to respect yourself as that's on you for your own journey.
He's experienced the rejection on his own terms.
Yes, Rome. Me, myself, I've experienced rejection. Every man has experienced rejection. It doesn't matter if you are a cream of the crop type of a guy or a bottom of a barrel type of a guy. No matter what, that rejection that you have, it feels the same way. In fact, when you're at the top and you get rejected, you really start questioning, like, what the fuck? Like, at first.
Because that's your ego. Because now you're out. You're at the top. And that's just pure ego. Not you in being in your house and seeing a woman that you want to talk to but don't know how to talk to her. You're at the top of your game. You're the man. I think these people live like in the basement.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Okay, I got you.
In the basement?
Just in the basement. There's no.
I don't know. I'm just.
But I'm saying, imagine just
wild.
being at the top of the top, and like this woman's like, "Yo, I know who you are. I'm not messing with you."
And that's happened to me, right? So it's fine.
Top of the top,
yeah.
or we could think we're at the top of the top. Maybe not the top of the top. Maybe our ego makes us think we're at the top of the top.
Maybe top of the middle.
Top of the middle.
When you score more than you strike out, you really don't understand how you can strike out, but you know it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start to actually understand women and you're like, okay, I know this type of woman requires this type of guy, you can actually morph into the type of guy that they want just so you can get what you'd like, right? So you don't actually miss. Now, and at some point in time, you get comfortable with being yourself where you say, listen, I'm going to do and be who I am no matter what. And if she doesn't like it, that's cool. She can go on and I'll go on my separate ways. But that only comes once you've learned to accept rejection.
If you watch a winner win all the time and you were losing, then you say, I want that and I want to figure out how to get that.
So you don't stop. If you're a good looking guy, right, and you had success with the women in your area, and
Did she leave?
as you have success with the women in your area, you start to look at them. Maybe you say, okay, cool, this is a 10 in my town or 10 in my county. But now social media just happens. It explodes. And now you're seeing 10s in Miami. You're seeing 10s in Los Angeles. You're seeing 10s in Vegas. You're seeing women that you never even knew existed. You never even been around them. So you still haven't even proven yourself to that quality or that caliber of woman. Now you get now when you first get in front of that woman that first time, most likely you strike out and you fumble and you get Rome. I don't know if this was ever you, but your first really, really beautiful woman that you were excited about, you didn't even know how to approach it like it was everything else that you've already succeeded at.
Yeah. And that was before social media. You were talking about just going out of town to another party. Forget social media. Just going out of town and be like, I know what the girls around this area, I know what they're about and everything. You meet somebody else and she's just not on it at all. You just giving her your best game, whatever it could be. And she's just like, no.
you got to go back in the mirror and be like, okay, so for this level, I'm not there yet. So now how do I get better? You know, how do I become desirable for that caliber of woman at that tier? And you slowly make your way up. Sometimes you don't get to the top, and that's fine. But as long as you get to, as long as you get some type of improvement, then that's all right. But you have to be okay with rejection, because it happens at every level of woman. It happens. You get rejected. No, I've never met a man who's never been rejected. And the ones that lie about it, you don't want any advice from them. Like, you don't want any advice from them.
Clearly.
I'm going to tell you what's bad. So one of now he's on his own, but my mentees, since he was 14 or 15 years old, he's like 24 now. It's not crazy, like worrying about the wrong things. It's not the men that's crazy. It's the women that are nuts at that age, right? I told you already. I had one of the kids on my football team in the 5th grade said his girlfriend broke up with him because he can't pay her phone bill. He's like, I can't even get a job. So it's not the dudes that you're seeing. It's really like, it's really the women's expectations are insane right now at a young age. And that's gonna make a young man have some type of societal pressure. And realistically, you're not going to make $100,000 a year at 22, 23 years old. And if depending on where you live, $100,000 isn't anything. So now you're seeing them become this type of person because they realize at this point in time, they can't fit the bill because the expectations are so unrealistic for a young kid. You can't have the same expectations for a 35-year-old as you do a 21-year-old. You can't, but that's what it is. That's exactly what it is right now. So these kids, those men, young men, get to a point where like, well, if I can't be, that 35-year-old guy that's getting money, I'm still in school, or maybe I just got out of school, or maybe I'm still learning my trade. Whatever it is, he's still just starting off his life. His foundation is in the very beginning, and he's questioning himself. He doesn't know how to value himself because he can't be valued because he's looked at and compared to a man who's been an adult for almost 2 decades. And he's just turned a man 3 years ago. So it's unrealistic for him. So that's why these people are trying to tell those young men, yo, forget all of that. First of all, and it's always been that way, don't worry about falling in love until you get yourself together. Women are saying it, but in a different way. Don't date a broke man, ladies. Okay, men, don't love a woman till you get yourself together. It's the same exact principle that brings them to the same exact point if they both do the same exact thing.
So I just want to say this, Alan. If I read this, you need to put the whole scenario
when you upload it on Instagram, and don't be funny with the title.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Thank you, Amanda.
Like, whatever we talking about, the title wouldn't be exactly that. And the comments just don't be what the scenario actually was.
Well, also, the audience just looks at the clip instead of watching the episode like we asked them to, and they don't get the full context.
Well, yeah, if they only watching the clip that was posted by 8 at the Table instead of watching the 2-hour long episode, who blames them?
Well, at the very end, Aaron does say, if you like what we discussed, check out the full episode. All the episodes are there. It's very simple.
You would have beat us in court. You would have.
He wouldn't beat me, but he is right. So I guess this is the summary of like what she's going to talk about. A 40-year-old woman is going viral on TikTok right now after sharing a heartbreaking story. She says she was dating a man, found out she was pregnant, and when she told him, he hit her with the truth. He's going to go back to his wife and wants her to get rid of the baby. Now she's devastated and says she's ready to do it alone, but feels completely blindsided. What really sparked the debate online were the comments. Most people, especially the women, were actually encouraging her to terminate the pregnancy so that she wouldn't be tied to a man who clearly doesn't want her or the child. She came back with another video saying that she's disappointed in how women treat other women. But the irony But the irony here is that a lot of people are saying it's not women tearing you down. It's the man who got you pregnant and who won't claim you and ran back to his wife. So that's the gist of what we're about to watch.
She's a side chick that got pregnant.
That's what it hold on,
I don't think she was a side chick.
Wait, hold on.
Said go back to his wife.
I don't mind. I don't mind somebody not agreeing, but when I feel like you're trying to sell me empathy, it just automatically makes me feel like I can't even align with you.
I can empathize with how she feels, to be honest.
I bet.
She feels tricked, but I would still give the same advice that she argued all of the other women gave her in the comments.
Which
was to have the abortion. Don't be tied.
Schmortion. That's what my friends say whenever she talks about it.
Get rid of the pregnancy and not be tied to a man who obviously does not want you and is going back to his wife and working on that relationship. I think you should it's early enough, girl. Cut your losses.
No pun intended.
Snip, snip.
No pun intended, for real. Like,
I was not know a man is married. That's the thing I never understood. Like, how do you not know a man is married?
She said that at the beginning of him trying to talk to her, he recently filed for divorce.
Yeah, but she said she also thought she said she thought they were divorced.
Right, because that's what he told her.
So where was he this time?
So he filed for a divorce. Now he's not living with her. She just said they were living together. So he moved. Yes.
I missed that.
I moved out with my wife that I'm now divorcing. Now I'm living with this chick. How would she know?
If they were living together, cool. But if she was living there and he was visiting,
what probably was happening. He wasn't there like every day.
Yeah, but I mean, then of course there would be a chance for him to be doing whatever. But I wouldn't think a whole wife
Reconciling with his wife.
It does happen, but
Clearly.
that would never really be a thought in my head.
all right,
To be honest.
unpopular opinion. Women change their mind all the time once they get pregnant. So why is it a double standard, or why is it a problem that he changed his mind now that you got pregnant? This has been known since the history of man.
Okay, do you have anything to do specifically if you change your mind about the pregnancy?
What do you mean?
Or do you have to do anything physically if you change your mind about the pregnancy once the pregnancy happens?
Regardless, it doesn't matter about
not
who has to
regardless,
do
bro.
what. If a person can feel like their mind can change, whether it's pro or not, once the inception happens, so does the other party.
Rico,
fair game.
You get to change your mind and walk away and have a good day. Like,
Fair game.
what are you talking about?
It's a fair game.
I just want to make sure I'm caught up in this conversation. You're saying because it's early in her pregnancy, he could still walk away, or you're just saying just period?
No, I said it's early in her pregnancy.
Okay.
She can, because after a certain amount of weeks, you can't have, can't get rid of.
Now, if she waited longer, then that's a different
but
conversation.
I mean, the prompt said she's 6 weeks. That's early enough.
Okay.
You can do what you got to do.
It's a
And
pill. If you took a plan B, it's almost the same thing.
well, she wasn't thinking to take a plan B for a man who says, I want you to get pregnant so
No, I'm
bad.
saying
I
in
want
her
you to
life.
get pregnant.
In her life. I'm not saying with him.
But she also said she didn't want kids anyway until she met him, and he convinced her to have his baby. So I think I feel like that's wrong on his part, because he was just running the game the whole time,
He didn't know what he wanted.
knowing that he was going to go back to his wife.
He
Protect
didn't
the
know
black
what he
kings.
wanted. First of all, if she's 40 years old, I don't know how old this man is, but he's running game. He's like playing. Who plays with pregnancy like that? Who the fuck does that?
Men.
But then they could change their mind. Oh, but they could change their mind though.
They can. They
For
definitely
the
can.
specific reason that you said, we have nothing to do. It doesn't affect our body. I'm not making it right, but that's literally the reason, because
So you agree it's selfish?
absolutely.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
not going to trap me? Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna
wrong.
trap
I just
me.
wanted to make sure it's on camera.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with what he did, but like at 40, even if he was 50, even if he was 35, you're 40, don't have any kids, you letting this man nut up in you, come in and out of the house as he please, and now you're worried about a baby, talking about you don't want to be stressed while sitting online stressing yourself, telling us about your problems. Make it make sense.
can't, bro. These people are idiots.
Are you turning this on her?
He is.
Actually, yes.
I was like, wait, what is Rome saying to me right now?
I can't even. Yes, 100%. 100% her fault.
I just have a question. Can I ask this
Absolutely,
question? Can I ask this question? She is a 40-year-old adult who says that she did not want kids. Correct. I'm going to
Actually, she said she didn't think she wanted kids.
Okay. Well, at that time, she didn't want kids.
She said she didn't think
until she started dating this man, and he kept talking about how much he wanted a kid with her.
So he convinced her.
It.
But I'm saying
he made her feel
for
comfortable
39 years she didn't want kids. She
didn't think. Just say she didn't think, so they'll stop. Just say she didn't think she wants kids. Just say it.
There's a difference between saying I don't.
She was uncertain. She was uncertain if she wanted to have kids. And if she was uncertain, she should have been protecting herself from having that happen until she was certain. And at 40 years old, I cannot take any blame away from you when you have all the power to get pregnant or to not, or at least take the precaution. I don't know if she did or she didn't.
But I don't think that that's the point, because it's not like, oops, I got pregnant by accident. This is someone she was dating. This is someone who literally kept bringing up having a baby with her. This is not just oh my gosh, I got pregnant because, yeah, we didn't use protection and now I don't know how I feel about having, like, that's not the situation.
Peer pressure.
It was discussed.
Yeah. It was wanted and not wanted.
It was literally sex talk and you fell for it. And with all the detective work that women do, how come she didn't know that he was in the middle of a divorce?
Okay, not all women are detectives. You're putting your...
Come on.
Oh, come on.
You can't say that.
If we're going to sit here and do this right now, just let me know right now.
Every woman is a detective. Yes, every woman is a detective. Period. We all know this. I'm not saying anything foreign. Every single woman. You guys can find shit out way more. And
women can't be in a happy bliss and don't feel like they need to be detectives. If I just started dating this man and we're happy and we're in this like bliss bubble, why am I detecting? What the fuck am I detecting?
You know, there's a piece missing here. You know, there's a piece of the puzzle missing. And the piece of the puzzle that's missing is that he just abruptly said, you can't be pregnant because I'm going back to my wife. And I don't know if that's actually happened that way. Like,
even though she just said it.
Like, yeah, because she's clearly lying. Like, if you're living with this woman.
Can I have my drink refilled?
And you were divorced. You thought he was divorced. And you get pregnant, and now he's like, I'm not living with you. I'm going back to my wife.
All right. So I will say it's 50-50 on this one, because I think she's got to be receptive on receiving the game from him and be looking for something. And he's saying everything she wants to hear. And he's doing everything she wants at that time and place at that moment. She knew for 39 years, like you said, that she didn't know. She didn't think that she wanted a child for like 39 years. She met this person.
39 years. Like, why are we counting her child years? Why are we even saying that? Go ahead. I just want to know. Go ahead. Because 1, 2, 3, and 4, she knew she didn't want kids. But go ahead. Sorry.
Because in your 40s, you should know better, honestly.
And she's 41.
She's 41. You should know better, because as men, we should know better. So I don't want to give her grace on this. Like, she should know better at 40. She should have done her research on who this man was. And if she did do her research, she didn't do enough research, because I will say this. Get me in the comments. I don't care. Women are natural detectives. Point blank, period. I will stand on that. Y'all are detectives. She didn't do the best of detective work. That is on her.
Her due diligence. You got to run compliance, baby girl.
Especially knowing that what men want. Y'all know that men want that. Like, come on. I don't feel bad for her. Sorry.
And I think that 40-year-old women, let me just take that number off and say older women, they're the worst when it comes to being gullible, because their gullibleness is mixed with desperate.
Gullibleness?
Whatever.
Gullibility or no?
I know it ain't gullibleness.
Well, whatever it is, don't care. It's mixed with a pinch or more of desperation. And when you become desperate, that just makes you like, you can make yourself gullible. You can make yourself turn the blind eye to whatever it is.
I got 2 points to make. I don't understand the gullibleness because it's not like she's a woman that wants to have a family and a kid so bad. So hearing this man say, I want you to have my baby, I want you to have my baby, she was just going for it. I don't see how that makes her gullible. That's one. And two, what was my second point?
The first one missed, but
No, it didn't. It didn't. Because if she didn't think about wanting kids in the first place, why would a man telling you have my baby make you gullible?
Because she was either having safe sex this whole time for 39 years, and this man came up in her for her 40th year.
Anyways, desperate, very much a reach. She said this man was persistent to get her, to talk to her. How the fuck is she desperate?
She's not desperate for him. She's desperate for a relationship. She's desperate for a potential marriage. She's desperate for a potential family because she doesn't have any of those things at 41.
Could be a partner.
Or a partner.
Yeah.
She's desperate for that. So when a woman becomes desperate, an older woman becomes desperate and falls victim to societal pressure, a man can almost tell her anything and show any type of consistency to what he's saying to her, and it'll make her turn a blind eye to all the other bullshit, to the fact that she didn't even know he was never divorced. And she knows the truth deep down inside. That's the sick part.
You're so right. Marie, you're so lucky you're married. You would have been desperate.
His honesty is only going to bring him not hitting if you're not with it.
Or maybe might make you hit it fast.
He's just going to move on to somebody else.
Right.
So he's going to play the game as long as he wants to play the game.
What's the question?
Sorry.
I don't care about what anybody has to tell me. To be honest, I look at action. That's the only thing to look at because I am just always assuming that everything coming out your mouth is a lie.
That's the best way to be.
It keeps me protected. When you show me something different or you show me what you about, then I'll pay attention to that. But anything you say to me is just words.
Amanda, you're beautiful.
But I already fucking know that bitch. So you can't get me.
He moved in with her? Is that what he said? He moved in with her or they moved in together? How was that?
I don't think she said that specifically.
Okay.
She just said we was living together.
Okay.
It was an Airbnb.
Do you really think men mean what they say?
Is there an expectation that I should not think that an adult telling me something that I shouldn't take them on their word?
Well, when you know there's an ulterior motive behind it.
How do I know that?
I mean,
Why? The question is this: why would I not take another grown adult on their word?
I mean, yeah.
I'm just asking. Like, is there a real reason why I shouldn't or wouldn't?
I think it would have to be the scenario and how the conversation came up. Like if a man met you on the street and like, he's giving you compliments, everything else, however, meeting and dating happens, and he ain't talking about business. He wants your number, he wants to get to know you, then from that point on, like what's going on in your mind?
Well, my question is, why are you lying? You don't even know me.
But he didn't lie yet. He wants to get to know you.
Even if you have been around me for a month, you don't know me. Why are you lying to me? For me, I'm going to tell the truth. And what I learned when I was younger, like dating people, when I was honest, it wasn't, they ain't like it. But I didn't care. Because I was like, look, if I'm not ready to date or I don't want a boyfriend or I don't want to be serious, I was very honest about that.
But he was honest. He said, I just want to get to know you. He didn't say nothing about dating or anything like that.
No, what I'm saying is that like I've always been honest. So it's like for somebody to think it's okay to not be honest, like it's weird to me. Because the thing is that you scared you don't want to deal with the consequences of your honesty. Because the thing is that you might run into somebody like me and we might get along well and we might have an understanding. But you might meet somebody like Amanda and she's like, yeah, that's not really for me. Like, why the fuck you want to waste your time? Why do you want to like lie to somebody and like not be on the same page? That's what I don't get. Like, I'm sorry, like people who lie about stuff like that, you lame. Matter of fact, put the camera on me.
Oh God,
you lame as fuck. Period.
What's the point of you wanting to get to know her if she says, I don't want anything serious, I don't want no boyfriend, blah, blah. Is that not a lie right there? You're just trying to fuck. But you're not saying that. You're saying, I just want to get to know you. Same thing when niggas say, oh, you can't have friends. We could be friends.
Oh, I never heard
You're
that.
not trying to be friends.
I mean, I don't talk to niggas.
The number one comeback.
Oh, like you can't, you want to be my friend? That's what they say?
No, oh, you can't have friends? What?
She said she got a man.
Ladies, in the comments, when a man approaches you and you're like, no, like I got a man or I'm married or whatever.
Okay.
Like, what's the number one response that they give?
If you got a man, they'll say like you can't have friends, or if you say I'm not trying to date or anything, and they try to be your friend, like, sir, no. Because for what? You approach me because you're attracted to me.
Okay.
So you're trying to see if you could, get in here. You don't want to be my friend.
You're not trying to go to Bible study. You're not trying to come and cut some grass at my mama's house.
You don't know that. He could be into
maybe
that.
he would.
That could be a part of the program.
But it's a part of the plan. Cut that grass, get that ass.
He could be whatever you need. He could be.
Alan, is that not lame?
You don't know? You just said it was admirable.
But are you worth the truth? Some people don't even require honesty. They don't deserve it. It's like,
why are you lying to somebody you don't even know? Why are you lying to somebody you don't even know?
Also, why are you telling your truth to somebody you don't even know?
Yeah, Christopher.
Get the mic. With the mic.
Alan hit you.
We act like niggas ain't lying on a daily basis. You lie for your resume. You lie that you graduated. People lie. People lie on their resumes. People lie about graduating different schools that no longer exist. People lie about what they've done in their past. People lie on every goddamn thing. People do forgery. That's a lie. People lie in so many different ways.
Who's gonna lie about a school that no longer exists?
When I'm
like, that's a school. If I'm a lie about a school that's still around. What is like Western Methodist Kentucky Southern Baptist University?
People lie all the time in many different ways and in every different area of life. So to expect somebody to not lie is insane. I don't expect the truth from anybody. I know once you tell me whatever you tell me, it's my job to do the due diligence to figure out if it is true or not, depending on how much I care about this situation. Now, if I don't want to do it, I don't take anybody's word for gold. For me, you're guilty until proven innocent, not the other way around.
And I just want to clarify, I don't go through like life like that just with niggas. I'm just with men. Sorry, just with men.
Why you think all men are liars?
I can't believe that all men are truthers.
Truthers.
Because I could easily say, women have been lying about their body count our whole lives, right? And now we got to the point where it doesn't matter. But we've been lying. Everybody's been lying. Everybody's fucking lying.
Oh no.
Your body count is actually your
real life.
No, but that's like
It's your real life.
That's
My family's my private life too.
No.
I don't.
Your what you do in your private time is not everybody's business. Do not be asking me that question. Your wife?
That's my private time.
Disgusting.
My private
Your wife, your kids, you lying about that? Disgusting.
That's kind of wild.
It is crazy, but I could understand it.
I mean, I don't agree. I'm just saying I can understand it. I mean,
I can empathize.
But why do you understand it?
Okay, I can understand
Because
it
they can't get outside box if they know about the wife and kids.
Because the ironic thing is that there are women out here who have a spouse and kids and a family and this, that, and the other, and we'll level with you and be like, look, you got a family, I got a family. Neither of us want to lose what we have, and we can have an agreement. Like, there's so much freedom and honesty that like it's really hard for me to condone lying like in any like fashion, because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I even trying to log a lie into my brain for you? Why? Because that's something I got to keep up with. You understand?
I think what you
I'm talking about Aaron Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the rest of you people who are fucking liars. Sorry. I'm talking about Aaron Campbell, and I do not see a reason to lie to somebody that I don't know.
See, I think that's different what you're saying, though. The scenario you just created with a man being married, a woman being married, say they both have their ring on, then I think that's easier to say, I see your ring. You see my...
I barely even wear a ring.
Humor me.
Like,
I'm just saying what she says is different than like a man and a woman without rings. Like, he's doing what he's doing. He's just doing what he's doing. I'm not saying it's right, but...
well, I'm not talking about right or wrong. What I'm talking about is like, why even bother with trying to log a lie like in your brain?
Because
that's something you got to keep up with.
Yeah, but that's
only for so much. It could be only 24 hours.
That's it.
It's like,
That's the
it could be
difference.
2 hours.
You looking long term.
It could be 2
I'm not
hours.
looking
And
long term.
Also, some men will lie in the beginning because if they tell if they have a family, using Alan example, if it was a family, he lying about his kids, his wife, he knows if he tells the truth. Some of them might be with it. It's not about him fearing all the time. It's not about him fearing losing opportunity. It's about him handing over the power of his life to this woman's hands that he does not know. So I can't even be honest with this woman. I don't know that I got a family, I got kids, because you know what? She might just try to fuck that all up right now, immediately. So some men are going to lie. That's why I say I can understand it. Do I recommend it? No. But I can understand why you don't want to just put the power of your life in somebody else's hand when you're doing your dirt.
G shit. Lame niggas lie. You know what's interesting, Alan?
They still fuck.
Back in like our like grandparents' days, with my grandparents, I would say that men were more upfront back then because they'd be like, "Yeah, I got a wife, I got kids."
Niggas got whole side families. Niggas wasn't honest either. It was easier. See, now you got to be more honest because the second she see you on Instagram,
No, I don't think they were lying.
Boom, boom.
And I'm actually speaking from like my real life. I feel like back then men were like more, and again, I'm only saying this from my limited perspective from like things that have happened in my family. Like they'll be like, yeah, I'm married, or like I'm a truck driver, I'm on the road, X, Y, and Z, but like, yeah, I got kids and a wife. And under no circumstances am I ever gonna like not be married to my wife and not take care of my kids. Right. So again, in my opinion, like that resonates more with me. Because the thing is that you giving that person an opportunity to decide if they want to deal with you, knowing that you've been honest about having a wife in a family or whatever. Versus being versus sitting around thinking that you this man's only woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause think about when you find out that he really got a wife. Do you know how much like you know how incendiary like a person's feelings and like what they're willing to
now
do?
She really about to go fuck all your shit.
It's not gonna fuck anything up, to be honest. That's the craziest thing.
You crazy.
Should be you just patch it up, gotta put a Band-Aid on it. She gonna go crazy. Of course. We've expected that.
Ladies, just get your proof
sloppy.
just in case.
That's your bad.
And honestly, it's
That's
different.
like
imagine if you live in a big city. It's so much harder than if I lived in a small town. If I live in a small town and I'm seeing the same people, if my high school had 120 people in the graduating class and 100 of them still live in this town, including me, you got no choice. They know everybody. But drop you off in New York City or Los Angeles, where this shit moves so many different angles and ways, and it's so hard to keep up with the amount of people that are just there. Shit, the people that you thought you did, your high school was so big, you don't even know half of your class. So you met half, like, oh shit, you went to my school? So it's easier to maneuver in those spaces if you're gonna lie, but you can't lie when things are, close knitted.
For the moment, maybe it wasn't a lie.
That's sex talk.
It amps up your ego and you're probably gonna go harder.
Don't lie. Sorry, motherfucker.
How about you tell me about that wife and kids?
Like, why you asking?
No, nigga, you not the best.
Exactly.
Stand on business, baby girl.
That's really what guys want to hear, because
Don't
why
fake
you
that
asking?
orgasm.
Do you want me to say no?
I got a question. When do they ask? Like after or during?
No, you just said sex talk.
Oh, like during? Like, this is the best you ever had? That's what it was
Yeah, like while they in it from behind and they come up in your ear.
Man, who are these niggas? I don't
You
Right here.
Yeah,
First
we
of
can
all-
ask the question for.
The niggas right here. Rico is niggas.
I never had to ask that shit.
Rico is niggas.
My
Don't look at my
resume is
feet.
certified, stamped, and notarized.
Let's be honest about what's going on.
They still trying to lie. They all still trying to lie.
You right. Embellish. Nigga, this ain't no jacket. Some of y'all didn't even get that.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Okay. I've been working at my company for years alongside one of my closest friends. We started around the same time, have similar education, and both worked hard for everything we achieved. But a few years ago, things changed. She started sleeping with our boss. That's not your business.
Okay, let's finish.
Since then, I've watched her rise through the ranks. She got access to executive level information, was included in high level meetings, and now she's basically third in command. Meanwhile, I'm still working just as hard, but I haven't been given the same access or opportunities.
You haven't given it.
To be fair, she hasn't changed towards me. She's still a good friend. She hasn't thrown her success in my face, and she hasn't treated me badly. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel some type of way.
Hater.
Part of me respects her hustle, but another part feels like she took a shortcut I wasn't willing to take.
So take it.
And to add another layer, the boss she's with didn't even build a company.
Ooh.
He married the founder's daughter.
So what?
Married.
So he did the same
married
thing.
The founder's daughter. So now I'm looking around like, is the whole system just one big game of who you know or who you sleep with?
Welcome.
Can I succeed without compromising myself, or is this a game I'm going to have to play?
Play along, baby girl. Next question.
Yeah, I think Rico already answered it.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
I don't
Let's go.
I don't think that she'd have to sleep with someone, just work harder.
Work hard ain't gonna do shit.
No, exactly. Work harder isn't gonna do anything.
smarter.
But just first of all, if your friend who hasn't changed towards you is now third in command, get your in.
I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Y'all
yeah, if
still
your friend
friends.
ain't done nothing for you,
Exactly.
she ain't your friend.
Your friend should try to help you level up in some way, somehow. She's third in command.
The only way that's happening is if he has a third party threesome.
It doesn't.
Well, no,
it doesn't have
but
to
if
be
you're
that.
third in the company, like that means you're C-suite. So, I mean, that you have some sort
I'm
of
letting
like leverage to do something.
She like I ain't letting nobody who ain't willing to take the risk next to me.
That part.
But she said, but she feels like she took a shortcut I wasn't willing to take. That she wasn't offered that opportunity. Did the boss like her?
Yes, clearly, yes.
That's actually a good point. That's actually a really good point.
The boss like anybody that you can sleep with.
She knew she could. She knew what she could have did. She knew her.
To be honest, like let's just say like I worked with my husband like, and I didn't know him like beforehand, and he's the boss's son. I'm like, shit, what up though? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a 2-for-1. It's like, all right, I actually like you. You're cool, and
Hello.
shit. Maybe she's jealous that the boss didn't like her.
The boss loves her.
No.
No, we're talking about the friend.
I know the boss loves the friend. He wants both of them. She's just being delayed. Give it up already.
She wasn't.
so?
Yes.
Ow.
She wasn't willing to take it.
All they gotta do is have a little threesome. Now she could be second in charge or fourth in charge. That's
All she had to do is go into the office and said, "I want what Cheryl got."
That's it. Platinum Plus plan.
Even with
Employee of the
thing, you
month.
guys are adding stuff. The boss never wanted her.
Yes.
I don't know.
If the boss is sleeping with one of the employees, he wants all the employees.
No.
Or most.
No. Like I actually think
Without the Karens.
Excuse me.
like I think he wants like the smart one or the pretty one or the one that got some fucking sense. Like
one that
because
The one that don't got sense.
no, you want the one that has sense because the one that don't have sense is gonna really blow your spot up.
Exactly.
You definitely want the one with some sense. She ain't gotta be the smartest, but she needs to have sense, number one. Whatever it is, sense to have sense. She needs some fucking sense. That's what she needs.
She's so dumb. She don't even know she got one up on me.
But I think that's the problem. Like, I think he wants the one that has sense because otherwise everything could blow up.
Yeah, and she's gotten all of these
Now you got
perks
an HR
over the
issue.
year. Now
EEOC.
you can't even say nothing because you got all these perks. Look where you got. But that's why I'm
Watching
saying
her whole life
it
change.
should be easy for you to be like, excuse me, Mr. Boss Man, my friend needs this, that, and that. She needs to come up a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie. Like if I came into a situation like that, I'd be like, yo, my homegirl want to be over marketing
because
she's
works
qualified.
She is qualified, actually.
Yeah.
She works hard.
You weren't hired for your opinion. Let's make sure we understand.
No, I mean,
you were brought here to shut up.
I
and
don't
get
think
paid
that
more.
he has that leg
What?
to stand on.
I'm saying he elevated her position or status, so that could be incentivized as shh.
Exactly. And if you keep wanting me to shh, you're gonna do what the fuck I say.
No, so
My
once you
friend,
once
yeah,
you,
like
I
I
think
can't
that's
flip
the drawback.
you
on
flip
that.
the script like that, we cut the court.
Yeah.
You got
Oh, and now you got a lawsuit.
you can cut the cord, but now I'm screaming to the
Your
top
word
of the
over
mountain.
I
mine.
don't care. Now I'm gonna get paid.
That never happened. I don't even know you.
Right?
You came in here.
You don't think she got
Exactly.
receipts?
You don't think that she
It's a burner phone.
You literally just said women do their due diligence.
I got
you literally
14
just
numbers.
said that. So you already know she.
And in response to that, I said, women always get your proof. You never know when a man is lying. You don't never know when a man has a husband. You
Y'all
never
just
know.
said that.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all literally just said that.
In
so
anything, get pictures, get videos, whenever he sends.
Damn.
you just said
I
this.
agree, but I'm saying
Everything.
You got to be smarter than that. So I think the compromise, if she doesn't want to give it up, give him a little bit of head. But you don't want to give it. Listen, you don't want to give it up. Give him some head.
The answer is not
No.
for a second woman to now be sleeping with the boss.
Right. It's
That
like,
is-
no, my homegirl
That'd be the
deserves a
fastest way.
promotion.
That is the exact answer. If you don't want to work hard, you're tired of working hard, and you're jealous of your friend.
No, that's not what she's saying. She's saying the friend like actually like is working hard and like does a good job. So it's like, why not elevate my friend? Like I got the boss's ear.
Yeah.
So why not?
It's going to cost you. The same thing it cost you last time.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
But why would it cost?
No,
if
that's what I'm
she's
saying. Cool, it'll cost
qualified?
me.
The other one was qualified too.
Maybe she wasn't.
She's overqualified now. So
That's why she got a raise.
that's why she got the raise.
God, I hope you.
You're fucking
It means they didn't even like. First of all, they both dumb. Like, why would you be like? Why would it be an exorbitant amount of overtime? Like, if you gonna do some dirt, like, why would you be so stupid about it?
He got sloppy.
Probably the same kind of person that's lying.
Because he only got a
see what I mean?
vacation. He got a vacation. He got a vacation. He probably got suspended with pay. Came back. All right.
I don't know. I feel like in New York,
Yeah, we back.
I don't know. I feel like in New York, they're like more strict with that stuff.
Talking about amongst cops.
Yeah, because one, they have a union, so it's gonna be the union and like the cop like board or whatever who they're gonna figure out where this person is gonna land and what's gonna happen to them. So I don't know. Like if you're gonna steal like $400,000 as a cop, like why you just couldn't be smart about it? Like get me out of here.
Sound like there was a little bit of blackmail involved. 400,000.
She wanted out.
Yeah.
She said, I'm tired of my OT, but I can't say no.
I've been working hard.
Oh, like she wanted to be done with it.
So now what she did is she transferred to another jurisdiction.
They put her in the Bronx.
She gonna find another
As long
one.
as she didn't lose
South
her
Bronx.
job.
She gonna get Jose Alvarez next.
Probably wasn't even fired. That's the worst part.
Nobody was fired.
No one was.
Well, that's the problem. But regardless,
Cops
Is
are
she
so lenient
wrong
on
for
their own
accepting
people.
the money?
That's what she wanted, right?
Offer me $400,000,
I ain't gonna lie.
ma'am.
I just I don't,
It's a lot of overtime.
I don't know. I'd be scared to get in trouble.
yeah.
You
I'm
say that.
I'm risk averse though.
No, if it was like a lesser
lot
amount,
Quarter mil
like,
is still good.
like under the radar amount,
That's what I'm
And, like-
saying. It should have been like a normal. Okay, you got 75,000 overtime.
So she made 150 and then 250.
Throwing that thing around, boy. Sheesh.
How was it? Did it say how many years or was it just one?
Is there a picture of her?
Oh, she's probably living a good life. It is. It's very fair.
but you also don't have to
ahead.
adapt to the unfair world.
Working hard.
No,
She
there's a lot involved in that. I will say that in corporate America, like there's a lot involved in navigating, dealing with men who are attracted to you. And then I think like it makes it worse when you're actually smart and good at your job. Not gonna lie, like I've had some issues, but I think it takes a certain kind of person, I don't know, to like deal with the issues. I don't, without getting into like a bunch of specifics, like, but
They're about to open up a case.
no, like, so for me, I'd rather just try to shut it down like as much as possible versus, because at no point have I ever been in a situation where I'm like, oh, if I sleep with this guy, then I'm going to be, first of all, I don't want to be in a C-suite at this company. You know what I mean? So it's like they probably were trying to like maybe use some sort of advantage for me to buy into to do something. But if that's not on my radar, that's not what I want, then it's easier for me to deflect. The person in charge is not using some sort of sexual encounter generally for that man to like go up in the ranks. You know what I mean? I think for women, it's generally going to be based on sex. So it's a very hard thing to navigate. A very hard thing to navigate. And I'll just use myself for an example. I think in certain cases, if like I wanted to be in a certain position at a company, I could use it to my advantage, but that's not really what I want to do. Because I know my own abilities outside of this company. Like I'm building my own shit over here. So really, I just need you to keep my paycheck consistent. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm being real. Like I'm not looking to be in a C-suite over here. I really don't give a damn. I don't want extra responsibilities. I don't want you contacting me outside of 9 to 5.
Work hours.
Like I just want this check to be consistent so that I can like build my own thing. You know what I mean? But I think if you're a person who has aspirations of like, going up the corporate ladder, cool. Then you may fall victim to that. Like you may, take part in that. But that ain't what I want. Cause as long as that check hit when I need it to hit, so I can do my own thing, that's all I want. We don't know that the other girl had an opportunity to have that. And that's what Amanda was saying initially. We don't know. I mean, maybe some dude just sleep with anybody, but she might be a booger wolf, and like and the boss don't want to mess with her.
Nobody do.
Know? I just think that like it, and men probably don't even think about this. It never crosses their mind because it's not something they deal with. But like dealing with having coworkers attracted to you, or like your managing director who might be 2 or 3 steps up from you, like attracted to you, like it's a very weird thing to navigate, So, because if I say like, hey, I found a new spot, you want to go there, like I might just pay for it. Like it's more like that, not like, oh, it's someplace that we always go, so I'm gonna pay for it. No, it's like, oh, hey, it's a new spot. Do you want to go with me? And I might pay for the food. So I'll say this: if the EEOC picked up her case, that means they got enough information, because the EEOC doesn't pick up most cases. Or I'm sorry, the EEOC does not pick up most of the cases that are filed. It's like a separate, like federal department or whatever. But like you can file, like literally everybody in this room could file a EEOC claim and like everybody get denied. It's like that. It's not like they just picking up everything. So I would be interested. One, my first question would be like, was her case picked up by EEOC? If you said EEOC picked up her case, then I'm inclined to believe like they believe some of this stuff, because they really don't pick up a lot of people's cases.
It did say that.
What?
That the EOC picked up the case, right?
I don't think they said they picked it up. I think they said that based on a claim that was submitted to the EEOC.
Oh,
I don't know if they picked it up. Because if they didn't pick it up, then I'm like,
she was already, well, not by EOC, but she was already being investigated once she submitted for early retirement. And
why so?
That's what they said.
No, I heard it, but like,
because they said that she was a top earner, and it's unlikely or unusual for someone to submit for a early retirement.
Oh, before the 20 years. Okay.
Yeah, when they're making just shy of it. So that was one, and then came the submission to EOC.
Yeah, that would be my question, is whether they picked up her case or not. That's why
how much overtime were you doing? That's my question.
But overtime is time and a half. Then holidays is like what, triple time most likely. So
Every day was a holiday for her.
so normally at first I was like, I don't know. But the fact that they like the feds are involved now and they're raiding his house, like there's more to this than obviously what we've seen right here.
Good luck, sir.
Right. Not my problem.
I cannot stand when a woman is single and pregnant and she announces it online. There is no sign of the baby daddy. You're a grown-ass woman alone in your maternity pictures. You can't even show who the man is because most of the time the man is not even your goddamn man. And then here go everybody in the comments. Congratulations. Congratulations. For what? Why do we have these young girls and these women get pregnant in these terrible situations, and instead what we do is we celebrate with baby showers and gender reveals? And the reason why they make these baby showers such these huge deals is because there is no wedding. The baby shower has become the new substitute for a wedding. How are we going to get these girls to understand there's a consequence for their actions when we're throwing them a goddamn party? So many women are victims to their own stupidity.
This is the best video you brought here, Alan. Encore, encore, encore.
I just want to know, is she their mama?
Is she what?
Is she?
She's like, why is she so involved?
Why is she so passionate about these women and the parties that they're getting, the baby showers, the gender reveals? Whether she's a single mother or not, does she not need a fucking gender reveal? No, she doesn't actually. But does she not need a baby shower for the baby that's coming? Is that rewarding her? Or does she not need the things
Well,
for the baby that is coming? To be honest, is she are the men supposed to be in the maternity shoots? Because I want myself just alone.
well, I think like since I've been here, I've been to like a lot of baby showers where it's everybody. It's like an adult party. It's not just like the women's thing. I don't know if it's like a New York thing or like a new school thing, or I really don't know.
We're black and nothing other than black. So do you know what white people do?
I'm just saying, y'all been making a whole bunch of statements on here just because y'all ain't seen shit. Like, just because you ain't seen it don't mean it don't exist.
I don't know.
So said Benjamin
why
Campbell.
This is a thing. And yes, of course, we don't want to see like hundreds and hundreds of single mothers, you know, being created. Like, we don't want to see this. Of course, we want something better for our people. But why is it so heavily everyone's business? Like, this girl is actually way too passionate for me.
It must be all over her.
Because
she should be worried about them eyebrows.
No, honestly, it's like you're on social media and you don't see a father in the maternity photo. So you're like, what the hell are we celebrating? Congratulations. Bitch, if you don't have a congratulations for the pregnant person, just keep it moving.
Quick question, but are men typically in maternity photos?
No, that's what I just said.
I'm just, it's really just a thought. Like, I don't know that men are in maternity photos.
I just feel like maybe he can get in like a few pictures, but I'm starting the photo shoot off by myself. And then you can like come in and we can take a couple together. But what?
Yeah, I don't really know that, even married folks that I know, I don't really know that the men be in the men don't even be at the baby shower.
Because typically, how do you say? They're not supposed to be there, but traditionally
they're not.
Baby showers are for
all
women.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
was
know.
asking if it was like a new school thing,
but it's like traditionally men aren't supposed to be at the baby shower. It's supposed to be a woman thing.
I think that's just what it was. Because when I moved here, that's when I started seeing like dudes at the baby showers, like playing the doo-doo game and like the diaper game. My cousin and his wife had a baby shower, and it was like our entire family there. Like, our family and his wife's family, they were there. But I want to say like there probably was like my second mixed baby shower like ever in Houston. It's different up here, baby. The people up here is different. But I think what Amanda is saying is like, how do we know that they are in fact a single mom?
Yeah, because you up on your phone on social media judging a situation you don't know anything about. I would not feel bad for celebrating that mother to be if she was going to be a single mother. She decided to have the baby. That's her decision. And first of all, just because the father isn't there at the baby shower, that doesn't mean that the father's not going to be present for the baby.
Right? Because
What the hell is it for me to judge?
But Amanda, all these daddies say they want to be in their kids' lives. So of course the dad is around, right? Of course he's around. Because all these men are saying, I want to be in my kid's life. So why would we even assume that he's not around?
The title had me fucked up. Baby showers becoming a substitute for weddings. What? How?
I think she's saying
I understand because I heard the video. But the title is stupid because it's not a substitution. Those two celebrations are two different things. You're just mad that the baby showers are occurring based on what you feel.
I just feel like let's ask the real question, whatever it may be, because I really don't think that this is the question you want us to ask or you want us to answer.
You're looking at a baby shower. You see a pregnant woman. There's no man beside her. What the fuck is she celebrating? That's her message. And you're also agreeing. What the hell? This is crazy. This is like blah, blah, blah. That is the point. That is the point because you don't see a man there supporting her. But even if she did have a man there supporting her for the baby shower, everything would be like, oh, nice. Oh, great, great, great. And then by the time the baby is born, they could be broken up anyway. What's the difference?
Think about it. 10 years ago, all baby shower pictures were just the women in her home girls. Well, no man there.
That was her problem. And I think that was stupid for her to bring it up because you're making it seem like she's having this big party and this big celebration of her being a single mother. And that's not what the fuck it's about. Having a baby shower. Is she pregnant? Does she have kids? I don't know what the fuck going on with her, but she worried about what the fuck going on with everybody else on social media.
When she needs to be worried about them eyebrows.
Having a baby shower is fucking important when you're pregnant. She could be a single mother. She could be with a man. It does not matter.
Amanda, I think that Alan believes that women who are going to or who know that they're going to be single mothers don't deserve baby shower.
Is that it?
Most people don't have money for a production, Alan. What are you talking about?
And most people don't throw their own baby shower.
Shame.
That's the thing. Most women, actually, it's just like your bridal shower. Alan says if the daddy not there, you don't deserve a baby shower. And you better put this on the clip. Because watch, Alan is going to not put it on the clip. He wants her to be shamed. Do it.
Shame.
What? His mom, because she, let me throw a baby shower for mom.
We were both like, what the hell? What is
Show a video of when you were depressed and nobody knew.
Just let it be. Why don't you?
Oh my God. So extravagant. A balloon arrangement.
This looks like the basement.
I literally could do that in the basement at my house. Literally.
Not everybody has a house.
Not my problem.
You guys have money. Like, okay.
But again, like Amanda said, like, you don't throw your own baby shower. Alan just doesn't believe that single mothers believe support. I'm sorry. She's worried about the wrong thing. She should be worried about them eyebrows.
Because not wanting people to tell her congratulations, there's something wrong with her spirit.
Single means unmarried, right? So are we now saying that just because people are not married, we're not going to celebrate them having a child? That's what it seemed like you saying to me, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. What's the bad behavior, Alan? A man impregnating a woman and then not being there? What is she supposed to do, Alan?
Go in a hole.
Are we
like he wants her to fucking hibernate?
Wait, are we supposed to congratulate all the abortions? Is that what we should be doing instead?
That's an interesting question.
Because you don't want them to have the baby. You don't want them to have the baby. So if you're having a baby by yourself, don't announce it. Shh.
That's what our producer wants. You young ladies who are out there having babies.
Good around here. It's really not.
Alan wants women to be sent away to have a baby if they not married.
And then you can come back and say you went to camp. You went to go. No, you went to go visit grandma.
I mean, next time you can start with let's bring back shame, because we have talked about that before, and I think we actually all agreed on bringing back shame.
You heard that they say y'all sound like owls in the comments?
Ooh, like what?
Owls.
Owls?
They said y'all sound like owls in the comment.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. He's so proud of that one.
Terrible. He gonna embarrass his daughter like forever.
No, I see it. I see it happening. She's only 5? Oh my God. Imagine when she's 16.
The dad joke book, I'm gonna bring it back and give it to you.
I'll need it.
I got it from him. It was in the box or whatever the gift was.
I got 2 who's, so
Hmm?
I got 2 who's.
Anyway, didn't you win my box?
Wait.
Wait.
Say? Pause.
Sorry.
Pause.
But like when we did the what was that?
Yeah, it's the gift thing.
Was it Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, didn't you?
No, Rico stole it.
Oh, what you do? Did you have my products work out? Very well. Did you drink that wine he got?
Yeah, I did.
It was
You like Christmas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you eat them Cheetos or Fritos that was in there?
Every time.
I'm waiting on my mama to tell me when they go back on sale. I can only buy them on sale. They're so expensive right now.
Like $10.
No, they're so
For a
expensive.
bag of Cheetos?
Fritos.
The hot Fritos.
Or $10?
They're not 10. Well, maybe online actually.
Like, yeah.
Maybe online.
Amazon?
Yeah, they're not cheap. I mean, I buy them, but they sell them everywhere at the grocery stores in Houston, but not here.
Okay, so you're importing them.
You know what? I am.
She's smuggling.
And that's why, like, when I gave him to Rico, I was like, this ain't no little gift.
She sent me a picture and it had the receipt in the background. It said 8 bags. I'm
Wait,
like,
did it?
Yeah, I was like, damn, she's really stacked.
No, that shit, but they're expensive. But I got those on sale though.
It's just our good.
Right. They're not cheap. I don't know, like people that can afford chips these days, but I just eat my sandwiches just with the bread and a pickle on the side.
Chips is hot.
No, they are. Like chips cost so much these days. They used to be a 25 cent a bag. No thanks.
They're 3 for $9 at ShopRite.
Not those.
Oh.
One bag is like $6.89 on the bag.
Yeah, like for Doritos, Lay's, like you talking about them,
Talking about Doritos.
the ones that say chips.
Dude, tell me what it says. It say hers.
They say, if cherries are on sale at the grocery store this week, that's what we having for fruit this week. Cherries, nectarines. If like the only thing I'll overspend on is apples.
Apples are so expensive.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'll overspend on because, well, one, there's so many different types of apples up here that like you can pick if you like a real crunchy one, a real sweet one, a sour one, whatever you know. So I feel like
Honey Crisp.
Yeah, but no.
Macintosh.
There's one. Oh, I don't like. Ugh.
I like
that.
The
Makes
one.
me.
The mushy one. I love them.
That is disgusting. That's actually the reason why I stopped eating apples for a very long time.
You just didn't know if it was bad or not.
Macintosh, yeah.
I only buy.
I'm gonna put y'all on game. So for people who like apples, so Honey Crisp used to be the go-to apple. The grocery stores up by us don't sell seeded melons. Yeah,
They just got them at Wegmans. $7.99.
yeah. I'd have to go to Wegmans because they don't have them at Stop and Shop, and they don't have them at ShopRite or to the Bronx and buy it from homie on the street.
How do they get them?
That's how we.
But I had some watermelon when I was in Barbados. I love
Instagram.
Well, happy Juneteenth. Thank you for joining us. We love you guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow. And until next time.
Bye.